It's really crazy how TERFs constantly accuse trans women of being aggressors and like, oh my God, they're gonna come into our bathrooms and take a peek under us in the bathroom stall. And in reality, they are constantly making their ideology trans people's problem. Like your ideology, your ideological belief that biology is like the predominant factor in determining our social interactions with one another, which it super isn't. You know, if you want to be a quote unquote feminist whose primary job is to reinforce patriarchy on everybody, that's kind of whatever. Like trans women just kind of are trying to exist separately. But they do constantly make their beliefs everybody else's problem. At a certain point, you're like, okay, are you just gonna let them like talk? Because what the hell are we gonna do? We're not gonna change their minds. Interestingly, they just on the topic of they constantly make it seem like, oh, we're victims. You know, these trans people are aggressors toward us. They're gonna accost us in public spaces like bathrooms. And then they turn around and do stuff like this, where there is a trans woman just eating a salad at a restaurant with her little doggy, and there is some woman off camera just ready, like super ready to harass her. Let's go.
You know I'm a TERF, right? Trans eccentric radical feminist.
Are you a TERF?
I'm a TERF.
Wow.
Would you like me to move somewhere else? I will.
No, actually, you should tell me about being a TERF.
I don't like this woman's grace in this moment is ridiculous. I guess I don't know how else you would react to a person accosting you in public. I feel like I would just ignore her. I mean, of course, that's the kind of thing that could potentially result in more escalation. When, like, if somebody tries to question my gender in public, like, my impulse is to just aggressively ignore them as though they don't exist, as though I cannot hear anything happening. And that's not always good, because sometimes people get real mad when you do that. So I guess the grace with which this woman is handling this is perfect. She's just like, no, I think you should tell me more about being a TERF. Like, she's kind of messing around with her a little bit as well. Anyway, oh, look at the dog. Look at he's looking out the window. Oh, what a cute little bean.
You're a boy, right? Don't fuck with me, because honestly, I did hard.
I'd like to see you try.
She's just like threatening violence on this woman out of nowhere. She's genuinely like, don't you mess with me, because I hit hard. And this trans woman's just like, she's remained seated and non-aggressive, but just like, yeah, I'd like to see you try. Really, I mean, I don't know if you want to play this game today, but if you want to play that game, like, if you think that I'm about to bitch out and not square up, I think you're mistaken.
Well, then don't judge me for being a TERF. I get to be who I want to be, you get to be who you want to be, right? If that's what you want.
Just her eyebrows. I love her, like, just if I get to be who you want to be, if you get to be who you want to be, and then, like, this lady's eyebrows just, like, just ever so slightly, really, right? TERF wouldn't make it past the dog. I mean, true.
To be who you want to be, then I get to be who I want to be.
Which is?
I'm not a witch.
Oh my God, this woman's inability to understand. I don't know if y'all caught what just happened right there. But that woman just says, like, I get to be what I want to be. And the trans woman was like, which is, like, what is it that you want to be? And the woman, she said, I'm not a witch. Like, she thought that the trans woman was calling her a witch. Oh my God. It's such an embarrassment. I'm like, the fact that you exist on the same planet, like the fact that we both are members of the species Homo sapiens is a deep embarrassment. Like, that embarrassment runs deep down to my DNA. I can't with this. Oh no. I am a witch. True. Being a witch is cool.
You're not a witch.
You know what? Take your stupid dog, eat your fucking food, and get the fuck out of my life, okay?
You know, it's a really interesting thing to have someone tell you to get the fuck out of their life, and it's like, girl, you just entered my life. Girl, I was eating my salad. Girl, I was sitting here with my dog. Girl, I was sitting here eating my salad. And girl, you had to come insert yourself into my day. This is my day. I'm out here eating lunch. I wouldn't be out here eating lunch in an indoor restaurant. I think that's a deeply irresponsible decision to make. Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. But like, girl, they keep switching the roles. Like, you need to get out of my life. Okay, well, bitch, how about you get out of my life? How about you take your food on the road, hit the pavement, eat on the way to your car, and drive home in your sad little, like, Toyota Camry or whatever the fuck you're driving. Anyway, Jesus.
A first.
Because otherwise they have to label you a white racist
I see.
for a 70-year-old minority woman.
Oh, wow. You're a racist against a 70-year-old minority woman. I don't know if y'all can hear her voice. Do you think she is? I know she is. Pretty sure she's white. Like, you're a racist against a 70-year-old white woman. Like, let's not play around. I am pretty sure she's white. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
You're a racist. You want your rights, I want mine too.
Excuse me. Could you grab the manager, please?
I'm so terribly sorry. I'll definitely be escalating about trying to get information. I do apologize about that treatment. I do.
Yeah, but again, like, why did it take so long? This is like a loud altercation at a cheesecake factory, like a loud altercation between two people at a cheesecake factory. Why would you not, like, step in before? What does she want the right to do? I mean, that's the thing. That's the question as well, is, you know, she's like, you want your rights, I want my rights. Like, what do you want the right to do? Knowing what white women are like historically, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, white women, what they want is the right to not have to be around people that they think are icky. When white women don't want to have integrated spaces with black women, or if white women don't want to have black men in their vicinity, they can be like, oh no, he looked at me weird, and get him lynched, right? Like, we all know what you actually want the right to. What you want the right to is a culturally sanitized place. To put it very nicely. To put it less nicely, what you want is to live in a white supremacist Christian nation where any people you don't like are forcibly removed or killed, and you don't really care which one it is. So, you know, we're being realistic here. I don't think I could have been that civil with her. I mean, keep in mind also, we tend to applaud trans women's restraint and black women's restraint, like all of these different, particularly women who comport themselves with an extreme degree of self-control. Like, they, you know, we think, oh, wow, I can't believe how patient you are. But realistically, they don't have the option. They don't have the option to freak out and call someone a bitch and be like, hey, if you're going to threaten me, then I'm going to step up. Like, if you do that, you then lose the respectability. You are then seen as the aggressor. Even if you were just sitting there eating your salad, if some person accosts you and starts saying, like, you need to leave me alone because I'll hit you. If you respond to that with anything other than active de-escalation, I don't think that you're going to be coming out of that situation looking good. You have to keep in mind that you are definitely going to be seen as an aggressor. I don't really know what people expect to happen, though. This is the thing that I don't really get, is if you accost someone in public, I think that there is kind of an understanding that the trans woman can't retaliate. So this is like annoying. Like, yeah, there is a very heavy respectability politics aspect where trans women need to be aware of the fact that if they act out, they will be seen as a male aggressor. It kind of sucks that the result of that is that people do get away with a lot of shit to us. And I kind of wonder, like, I don't even think that we would need to give very much pushback in order to shut this down. But I would kind of like to see more of that happening. I would like to see a video like this where a woman is like accosting like some random cis woman who calls herself a TERF, like, I'm a TERF and that's why I'm bothering you in public. I would like to see more videos of someone going like, hey, shut the fuck up, I don't care about your opinions, you're bothering me, and if you continue to bother me, this is gonna become a very big problem for you. I want people to just like shut that shit down, is kind of what I would like to see more of. But I'm also becoming increasingly combative because of shit like this, because I don't know that I will necessarily be just sitting there politely going like, really interesting, you're a TERF, huh? Like, if someone comes up to me and they start to say anything to me and they go, I'm a TERF, I would probably laugh in their face. I would probably just laugh and then proceed to ignore them. And then if they kept talking to me, I would be like, if you do not leave me alone, this is about to become a problem. And then that would be like, hopefully the end of the situation. Because I think that what it comes down to is that these people don't expect pushback. And that if they get even the mildest amount of pushback, they're going to go running back behind their mother's skirts. They're going to go back to being little, piss baby bitch boys. I just would like to see transphobes be afraid to be transphobic in public. I think that's a reasonable demand. That's my only demand from society is I want you to be afraid to be transphobic in public. I want you to be afraid to be racist in public. The kind of society that we want to build is a society where you should be actively afraid of potential consequences for being f***ed up to other people. Make TERFs afraid. Make racists afraid. And let me be clear. When I say I want bigots to be afraid, I think that you should be given a certain degree of time to learn. We should offer people an explanation. I'm not one of those leftists who goes you just need to educate yourself. Because there's a 90% chance that if you're a person who doesn't agree with trans issues and I tell you to go educate yourself, you're going to go and type in your little right-wing algorithm influenced search engine machine because that's what you've already been looking at, and you're going to get Blair White and you're going to be like, oh, well, this trans woman agrees with all of my bigotry. You should be given an explanation or a few. You should be given the opportunity to have some conversations, to ask questions and learn, and to be told sometimes that your questions are not actually appropriate questions. And then if you persist in your bigotry, I think you should be afraid to be in public. Just wanted to clarify. Thank you so much for watching. It's March, which means it's my birthday month, which means it's a great time to join up on Patreon if you'd like to do that. I want to shout out some of my patrons today. We have Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rolvak, Jovian F. Gaudreau, Amanda B., Danielle McDonald, Sarah A., Athiette, Michelle Winter, R. Halverson, Wellington Marcus, Elizabeth Bartell, Suzanne Maynard, Nova, Sojo, Mr. Atheist, and Kevin Young.